Let's talk about this program that you actually put together.
Yes.
It's called the Boot Camp.
Yes,
right?
Content Creator Bootcamp.
Content Creator Boot Camp.
Yeah.
Like, what inspired you to put a program together to help others?
Yes. So I felt like there was not really a content creator program per se, like, or a content creator boot camp. I wasn't really seeing that. So I try to go into things that not a lot of people are doing, number one. Because obviously, like right now, like digital marketing is the wave, which is great because I have courses and stuff like that. But I wanted to do something a little bit more hands-on. So I felt like a lot of the content creators, like they just need to hold themselves accountable. They need that like guidance. They need to be held accountable. So that's what the group is about. We meet up Tuesdays and Thursdays, and we really just go over just like how to put content together, how to create it, hooks,
Awesome.
captions, like anything that has to do with Instagram.
Wow.
We go over that. And yeah, like people see like miraculous reviews and like they just love it because I'm like really stern. So like, you know, I have homework that's due. So if the homework is not
Oh,
due,
you give them homework.
yeah,
Man.
so literally after
Like a
every
real
class,
boot camp.
yeah, so after the
Better
class
than
is
school.
finished, yeah, you get homework, and the homework is due the next class, and if it's not like handed in, I don't look at it.
So what if they don't do the homework? Is it like a punishment or something?
I don't look at it.
Oh.
And they
Which is
want,
fair,
yeah, I don't
because
look at
you're
it
wasting-
because
you're
you're wasting
wasting
your
your
time. So
time. Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
look at it, and they get so
Regardless,
irritated. So I'll be like,
yeah.
it's due at 7:59 p.m. EST, and then
Yeah,
like
yeah.
if they hand it at 8 o'clock, like I'm not looking at it.
What if someone says, "Hey, my dog ate my homework"?
That doesn't work. See that just doesn't work because everything is digital now.
Or my husband's shop might use it as target
It's
practice.
everything
Come
is
on.
digital now.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
you're doing
it's
things
true.
like on your computer, on your phone.
I know.
So-
It's just a classic.
Yeah.
Dog
you know,
ate my homework.
I used to
Back in the
say
day,
that.
it might have worked.
Yeah.
Back in the day, but
And so you do this online, or this is in person?
yeah. So
some-
this
or
is
some of them?
online.
Okay.
And yeah, I just do it. Also have a group chat. So I have a
Nice.
group chat. So pretty much everyone gets added to the group chat, and then we just talk, and then we have access to each other, and like they just
And
love
it's
the
like
fact
Zoom
that
calls.
yeah, Zoom
Oh,
calls, yeah,
okay,
Tuesdays
sick,
and
sick,
Thursdays,
sick.
Do you
yeah.
do one-on-ones with anybody, like private sessions? Do you do that?
So I don't. So one-on-ones, I don't really do one-on-ones anymore because I feel like it's just time consuming.
Yeah.
Like you gotta really like sit down with them, but I may bring them back because some people always are asking.
Yeah. Maybe
Um,
they're afraid to talk their stuff amongst others. I
Yeah.
don't know. But
Yeah. So I think that's what it is. But no, I love the bootcamp. I think it's probably one of the best things I've created.
Nice.
And this is like my last one that I'm running because after that I have a bunch of digital products coming out. So
Oh, I
Nice.
love that. Digital
yeah,
products.
yeah, I have a bunch. Yeah.
I love that. I love
Nice.
that.
Yeah.
I feel like you're great at fostering a community and bringing people together.
Yeah.
Like how do you like do that? Like is that something you always been good at, like public speaking, or do you go to
Yes.
school for it? Like how does
Yes.
that come about?
Yeah. So it's crazy because I used to be nervous speaking in front of crowds.
Really, you don't seem
Yes.
like at all.
Yeah. So before, like maybe like a few years ago, like
Yeah.
if you asked me to like public speak, I'd be like, yeah, no.
You
Yeah,
like
me too.
I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing this. But but eventually, at some point, I was like, when I started really liking teaching, I was like, oh, I can actually do this, you know.
Yeah.
And I started speaking at like schools with thousands of people,
Yeah,
and like,
you.
and
That's
still,
so
yeah,
weird.
and I still get like, the heebie-jeebies. I'm like,
Butterflies,
I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna do this. But then as soon as I get on, I'm like a different person. Like, I'm like, okay, I'm in teacher mode. So I like it. I enjoy it. I just like the fact that I'm able to just really instill in people that they can really take whatever they have and just put it together and really be successful with it. Yeah, I find that a lot of people, get discouraged with just what they're doing, whether it's an experience or whether just like, their craft. And it's like you can take that and make millions from your own experience. And I think a lot of people if they just trust themselves a bit more,
Yeah.
they'll see a lot more consistency and results and stuff like that. You just have to stay down.
I feel like it's hard for people to just trust the process
Yeah.
because they don't see results.
Exactly.
And one thing you're really great at is you show the results.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like you show them, hey, listen, I made 20K this month. Da, da,
Yeah,
da, da.
yeah.
And this is for me actually taking action and putting
Yeah.
content and so on.
Facts.
So results play like a major, factor in terms of like people trusting you and believing
Facts.
and
Yeah.
creating that community.
Yeah.
Is that something like you've always wanted to like showcase, like results, or is that something that you just figure like?
Yeah.
Let me
So
rub it in their face.
yeah, so it's crazy because I'm never usually the type to like show no literally, no, literally. I was never usually the type. I don't know where I got to a space of like actually showing the income, but I felt like because I'm so transparent that I'm like,
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what, like let me show the people like what I actually make, or like let me show the people like what I made this month.
But you have to, because then-
and they like that. Like they
Yeah.
like that. They love it.
Yeah.
And one thing I try to do is like I always try to make sure, or I make sure that no matter if I make 20K or you make 2K, like I try to make sure we're on the same level. Like,
Oh, yeah.
don't ever
Yeah, yeah.
feel like because I made 20K that like I'm better than you.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what I learned from like my parents. Like you're not better than, you're not less than.
Yeah, yeah.
So I've always took that into consideration. So when I show them these results, I always say like, you can do this too, but you have to put in the work. Like,
Yeah.
and I'm very big on like telling my audience, like you have to put in the work, because a lot of us don't have those self conversations, and some of us are just lazy. It just is what it is,
Yeah.
right? Like we're like, oh, it's not working. Well, how much content did you put in for the
Yeah.
day? Like how much content did you put in for the week?
Yeah. So it's okay to not do something, right? Or like at least plan ahead of time,
Facts.
right? But I don't know. I just feel like people just doubt themselves before they even try something.
Exactly.
So they fail already.
Like it's tough because like as a human being, like naturally you wake up every day, you feel different. Like,
Yeah, every emotion
today
is
you might
gonna
wake
be-
up,
yeah.
you're like super motivated. The
Yeah.
next day,
Yeah.
you're like, you know.
Yeah,
you
and,
feel-
and to me, I think that's okay, because sometimes, like, even the biggest players in the world, the biggest,
athletes,
politicians,
politicians.
everybody has feelings. Like, you can't always be 100% on. And if you are, shit, good for you. That's amazing.
Yes, but I think the difference with that is, I feel like a lot of people, like bringing up feelings, like they let the feelings control their entire day,
That's right.
and that's the difference between like me and like a lot of like other people.
Right,
It's
right.
like I may be pissed off, but like I'll be pissed off and put out the content.
Yeah.
Like I'll be mad and put out the content.
like
Like-
I gotta get this shit.
Like
done.
I'll be
yeah,
upset
yeah.
and put out the content.
Yeah,
Like put it
yeah.
out, cry later. Like
Yeah,
that's how I kind of like that's
Yeah,
like
that's a
like,
sick slogan.
Like that's
Yeah,
how
yeah.
like that's
Put it
how
out, cry
yeah
later.
like that's
Yeah.
how I literally factor just my content or just
Yeah.
when I'm putting out something. I always think, okay, Jen, like be pissed off after this.
Yeah,
Just get
exactly.
mad later. But
Yeah.
right now, just focus on putting it out.
Yeah.
But some people just, again, like they just don't have the capacity, or like they're just not
Yeah,
like
they don't
there.
have control their feelings.
Yes. So I
Yeah.
think once you get control of your feelings, that's like a really powerful thing.
And I know you're constantly going back and forth to Atlanta.
Yes.
Shout out to all my people in the A.
Shout out to ATL.
ATL.
Shout out to the only person I know, Adam.
Yeah.
Shout out
and
to ATL.
Latoya.
Oh,
Yeah,
and
shout out to
Latoya,
them.
yeah.
Yep.
Did you tap in with Latoya when you were
Yeah.
down
So I went. So the last time I seen her was last
trip?
trip, like
Okay.
last year. Yeah,
Okay.
last year. She's just been really busy. I've been really busy.
Yeah, she
Had another baby as well.
Yeah.
So congratulations to her on that.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I didn't. It's crazy because I wanted to hit up Adam, and we just never.
Yeah, he's a handful with the kids.
Just never,
Yeah,
just
and
never
he's
really
busy,
happens. But
Yeah.
I know the next time I do go,
Yeah.
we gonna plan something.
Tap in.
Yeah.
tap- Like, what do you usually do when you go out to Atlanta? Like,
Yes.
You like content, collaborate with other content.
Yes.
creators?
So I actually have a bunch of content creator friends down there, and I'll either stay with them or I'll do an Airbnb, and we just collab all day. Like we
Nice.
create content every day, and then also too I get introduced to like the nightlife.
The nightlife is
So
crazy.
no, it's crazy. Like when I tell you, so I'm a homebody. So they be like, "Oh, let's go do this, let's go do that," and I'm just like, "Guys, I'm tired. Like I want to go to bed."
Yeah.
But yeah, like I love the dynamic of like how they are out there. Just like
It's fun when it's out there. Like,
yeah, no, it's
when
fun.
you're
It's
there.
actually really
Yeah.
fun. I never want to leave. Every time
Yeah.
I go, I always book a one way.
Yeah, oh, really?
Yeah,
eh?
because I don't know when I'm gonna come back. So
Smart.
I always book a one way. And then I also am out there too for like moving as well. So I think I want to like actually get a place out there, move. So I've been back and forth because I've been looking at places. I've been looking at just properties,
Yeah.
and which is a process.
It is
Yeah.
a process.
So other than that though, Atlanta is great. It's literally my second home. I don't
Yeah.
call it a vacation. Like when I pack a
second
bag,
home, yeah.
I just bring track pants and a couple tops and whatever, and I
Yeah,
just
yeah.
go because
It's
Yeah.
black excellent because you see
Literally.
you see other black content creators or black business people and they are really excelling in whatever they're doing, right?
Yeah,
so
literally,
it
yeah.
motivates you. You're like, wow,
Yeah.
it's amazing. Like
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah,
I
that's
used to live
awesome.
out there myself. You
Yeah.
know this, you
Yeah.
know.
No facts.
Zico was out there with me.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
we we're going to the gun range.
Yeah.
doing all types
We went
of.
to the Raptors game. Remember?
Oh, yeah,
That was the
went
year
to-
they
went
won
to
too.
Raptors.
Oh,
Yeah,
lit.
yeah.
That's lit.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
lit.
yeah. That was
That was crazy. I know you're also too a man of God.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
I didn't know that about you.
Yeah,
To be honest, I didn't know that.
He's a
Yeah,
man
yeah,
of
Yes.
yeah.
God.
Absolutely.
That's
So
cool,
I
yeah.
put God first
Hallelujah.
in everything.
Let's
Yeah.
go.
Okay, I put God first in everything.
Okay.
I won't lie though. I feel like the last couple of months though, I feel like my faith kind of died down a bit.
Why is that? Is it
No,
because you're too busy?
But no. I think I'm honest, so I have to be
honest.
transparent. I have to be transparent, but I'm actually getting back into the swing of things, like
Okay.
like reading my Bible every single day, like praying. I think it was because like last year was a really like bad year for me, and like because you have to be real with yourself. Like things happen based off of you, based off of like
Yeah.
what you allow, whatever. But I also thought like God, why is this happening to me? You have those moments where you're like,
yeah.
why is this happening to me? Like, what are you doing? Like, do you not see what's happening? Like, why aren't you saving me? Right? So I think when that was transpiring, like I would like it was really bad before. Like I stopped going to church. Like people would be like, oh, like let's read the Bible. I'm like, no. Like I would see things online about it. I would just scroll.
Really?
Yeah, it was really bad. But then like sometimes you get, and that's what a lot of like people like who are in faith or who are in God, they don't tell you that part. They only tell you the part that's like perfect. But they don't tell you the part where they fall off of faith. They don't tell you the part where
course.
you feel like you and God are at a disconnect. They don't tell you that. So I felt like I was at a disconnect
That's
for a
because
while.
they're lying to themselves. That's
Yes,
why.
that's what it is. And
They
it's
don't
like I
tell
feel
you.
like I wanna, and it's crazy because I wanted to like talk about that more on another podcast, like or like come up with something like that because it's
Yeah.
like I feel like people just don't. It's either you're the perfect Christian or like that's it.
Yeah.
I don't really see
Yeah,
people
yeah.
talking about like the segues of that. So, but now it's gotten so much better. I feel like last couple months I've been like in my Bible. I've been praying a lot.
You started
and
to-
just
Yeah, and
yeah.
has this always been something that you like? I would have never like. I didn't.
Yeah, I definitely put it
Yeah.
on my social medias.
Yeah, you put it, it
Yes.
says- We said Jesus.
Yeah, Christ follower.
Christ
I
follower.
put it in my
Oh, how did I
socials,
miss
and then I'll
that?
I'll put like scriptures because I used to do it more often, but then I like when I was at a disconnect, I stopped.
Right. Yeah.
So
Maybe I just missed it, but yeah, like,
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
yeah, I
That's
just have
cool.
to do a better job.
Yeah. Well, I feel
So-
like it's essential for everyone to just reconnect with their faith. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Despite of our daily life. Life can get busy.
Yeah,
Facts.
You
sure.
forget.
Listen, man, I applaud
Yeah.
you because every time on a Friday you're like, yeah, I'm going to prayer.
Yeah.
Even
And, like-
this
and,
guy
like-
over here.
No,
this
and
guy
I
every
love that.
day.
Like I
every
love,
Friday
and that's
I go
and
to
it's
prayer.
Every Friday,
amazing. Like I
yeah.
love that, and like
Yeah.
I'm just always a person that like always says like put God first
Mm-hmm.
and like have integrity, because a lot of people just in this day and age just don't have integrity. It's
Yeah.
very easy to get caught up. It's very easy to
So easy.
so easy to get caught up. And I always
Yeah,
just say like
so true.
when you are like when you want to do something or when people are peer pressuring you, like ask God, like or if not even just that, like if you are feeling uncomfortable about it, it's wrong anyway. So just don't go in that direction,
Yeah.
But no, shout out to God for real, because
Shout out to God.
Yeah.
literally I feel like last year was like a really terrible
I
year.
think God needs the biggest shout out.
Yeah, no, he
Yeah.
needs the biggest shout out for real, because I don't know what I think last year I was running off of God's strength alone and not my own. So yeah.
I need it. I won't even lie. I got to do a better job for sure.
Yeah.
Like every time you say you're going to prayer,
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, man, I wish I could do that.
You
And
can.
that's the
I
thing.
can,
Yeah,
right?
You-
But
and
it's
and
like,
at least you're acknowledging it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
acknowledging it, and I find that some people who are like people who are into faith and who are Christians and stuff like that, it's like there's always like a judgy take, right?
Yeah.
There's always a judgy take of like, oh, like I just don't understand why you're not doing it or whatever. But it's like some people at different stages take time,
Yeah,
and I
yeah,
think like
yeah.
that's the fact that you acknowledged it is
Yeah.
the start.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like that's a
absolutely.
start. So
Trust me.
And trust me, nobody could judge you but God, right?
Yeah.
yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Even down to fasting. Like, remember, I told you, like, man, I did whatever I could to plan because,
But you did it a few times.
I did a few times.
Yeah,
right?
and that's
You
great.
took that
It's like-
initiative to make it happen.
Yeah.
That's great.
And
I mean, it was other prior things like headaches and stuff. So I was trying to figure all that out before,
Yeah.
I fast and whatever.
that's
but yeah,
good.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
good.
okay, so do you see? Do you follow Dr. Umar on Twitter at all?
No,
'Cause
Dr.
he's-
Umar? Who's
You know
that?
Dr. Umar?
not really.
Oh, the religious guy with the beard?
He's sort of like that, but he's like for black people, and he's like anytime like one of these athletes marry a white girl, and he's like he goes like gives him shit because he's like, you're messing it up. Like you should be having a black wife.
Which
this and that.
I guess
Jesus
which
is black.
but-
You know, this, you know what I'm saying?
the
man.
other thing I can attest to, like the whole having a black wife, I I can agree to that to
You
some
can agree
extent.
to that?
Yeah, I can agree to that in some sense. So I'm not a person who says that you cannot date outside your race. Date who you want.
Yeah, you should. You should.
I just have a problem with people who are like my color, who are like black, whatever, and they're always dissing, you know, other black women, and then they're dating another race. Like, don't put down your own race and then date another one. It's just weird.
That's
like
fair.
I don't like that concept of that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if I'm gonna date outside of my race,
Yeah.
like you'll never hear me be like, oh, like, you blacks do this and my
Yeah,
wife is
yeah,
this,
yeah.
or
But that's
like
disrespectful.
that's just that,
That's-
so
yeah.
I think
No, but
like
people
that's
do that out
no
there.
people do that. It's a real
Yeah,
thing. People
yeah.
do that, and I
Crazy.
think like that's cool. Date outside your race, but don't try to belittle another race when you now date the new race.
Well, your own race.
Yeah,
right?
I don't like
not
that.
Even, yeah,
And
another
then,
race.
yeah, and then the worst
Yeah.
part about it is like you guys have black mothers, and then it's like
That's true too.
Yeah.
it's
yeah.
like y'all have black moms, like, and then you guys sit here and then diss the black women. It's just like, you know. But other than that, though,
One thing I had a conversation was like having some sort of similar culture, like align with your belief.
That makes
know what
sense.
I mean?
Yes.
It makes things way more easier.
Yes.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
if you're from, let's say you're Chinese and you go date someone that's like I don't know, maybe from Africa, I feel like it's two different cultures, and there's gonna be some things like in the household that you guys
Yeah,
don't
you're gonna
understand each other.
disagree on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
for
know what I
sure.
mean?
Facts.
Like, oh, you don't take your shoes off. You want to wear your
Yeah,
shoes in the
yeah.
bed. Like, what kind of like?
Yeah.
that's you can't do that.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Yeah,
Put your
depending
shoes
on
in
that.
The bed, bro. Who
Yo.
wears shoes in the bed?
listen, I don't. Let me tell you something. They do that. They do it in the States.
They do that in the States, right?
Listen, in the States, I don't know what it is,
No
but in the
way.
state, yes, in the U.S., like you can walk around your shoes or whatever, and I'm like, I don't do that.
Excuse me, like.
You can't do that in my house.
Yeah, there is.
Maybe-
in my house, you have to take your shoe off. Right
yes,
at
I don't
that little
know.
carpet
Like
that I
maybe
have.
it's like a cultural thing and also like a Canadian thing too. Because anytime I go to somebody's house in Canada, it's always a take off the shit at the door,
Yeah.
and that's it. But when I'm in the States, it's like they're like, oh no, you can keep your shoes on. I'm like, really?
And how often do you clean your house?
Like really? Like that's a lot of dirt.
You just walked around all over town.
Yeah.
I just walked in so much
Bringing
dog
all those
shit.
germs
We're all
around,
inside the
like,
house, so
that's
I don't know. It's
crazy.
kind of weird,
Next time I'm in
but
the States, I'm gonna walk in dog shit before I walk into the house and see if they'll say that.
they're not gonna say anything.
not gonna
For the
say
most part,
nothing.
for the most part, they're not gonna say anything.
That's
You
They won't.
probably even sit on the couch.
Yeah.
Like, fuck your couch. Like,
Yeah.
no way, man.
Yeah, but it's also like obviously, well, you would know, like I'm like Caribbean,
Yeah.
you're from Africa, but it's a Caribbean thing, so
That is true.
I cannot ever
Yeah.
walk
ever
inside the house
with your
my
shoes.
shoes. I'd get
Yeah.
slapped.
Yeah.
Okay.
Damn.
Yeah.
I mean, like at my house, we have like, or at my mom's house,
Mm-hmm.
you know, at my house, I have slippers too if people want to come, but
Yeah.
my mom has slippers for people, like indoor slippers if they want, they feel like, you
yeah,
know,
which makes sense.
whatever. But
Yeah.
It's a culture thing. That's what I'm saying.
but
Like,
in your bed,
bro,
Yeah, it's kinda
I'm
wild.
telling you, that's
I
why-
don't even wear socks in my bed.
Yeah, it's kind of wild.
Yeah, it's
kinda
wild.
OD
That's
wild.
But that's what I'm saying. There's culture differences. Some people,
Mm-hmm.
to them, is acceptable. Some people, is unacceptable. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's just.
But I like that you brought that up though, because I feel like even when people are gonna get married or together, I always think about like, are we equally yoked? You know, in a sense of like, because I always think further, like kids.
Yeah,
So I
kids.
think like, okay, like you go to church on Saturday, I go to church on Sunday. What does that look like in the household?
Yeah, how's
right.
it gonna
Like,
fit?
am I able to compromise that? So there's a lot of questions before I even talk to the person, because I'm like, you go to church on Saturday, I go on Sunday. That's already.
Yeah.
It's already different. Like it's already a
Yeah.
different dynamic. So I have to be able to understand, like, is this something I'm willing to compromise forever?
Forever.
Like
Yeah.
not just years, like forever,
Forever,
for the rest
yeah.
of my life, right? So it's questions, but yeah.
Yeah. And don't get me wrong, I love it when I see like, cause Toronto, we're from a city where like diversity.
Yeah.
I
and
love it.
So multi.
I
so
know,
much culture.
I
Like,
love
you
it.
See a
Yeah.
Russian girl that's like Russian and black, or
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Chinese, Jamaican.
Yep.
This,
Yeah.
that,
Yeah,
right?
it's like very multicultural
you
over
know what
here.
I mean?
That's
so
how I like
many
it.
mashups. So
Yeah,
many like
facts.
You know what I
confusions.
haven't seen? An Indian and a Lebanese.
Ooh,
Mm.
that'd be
I've
fire.
never seen that yet,
That'd be
unless
fire.
there's somebody out there watching, and that is that.
I'm sure there is.
I'm sure there is.
I've seen a Turkish and like El Salvadorian. Like it was
Okay.
crazy. Like,
Yeah.
some crazy
I mean,
shit.
Shakira is
Yeah.
Lebanese and Colombian.
Spanish?
Yeah.
Colombian, yeah.
So,
Colombian.
Yeah, Colombian, yeah.
She is. She is.
Yeah.
She's. I mean.
Hey, man.
Facts.
Shake them hips, girl.
Shakira.
Yeah, man.
Shakira, yeah, no, that's crazy. So, if there was like any philosophical words that sums up your fashion style, what would it be?
Do I have any philosophical words? Ooh, the only word that comes to mind, to be honest, is unique.
Okay.
That word comes to mind like
Unique.
unique is always the word that I go back to, just with my fashion. But I think that's probably the word I would say.
I think that really describes you a
Yeah,
lot.
unique.
Yeah, for
like
sure.
it's very different. I'm
Very.
very different. I like to try things out the box. I like to do different things. And I just don't care what people have to say. Because it's like, that's fashion. Like, fashion always,
Yeah, I think that's what it
represents.
is about fashion. You have to be bold. You have to not care.
Yes.
I think that's what I've been hearing from a lot of people who are in the fashion industry. And it's like, in order to wear those types of pieces, you have to, like, what's her name? Doja Cat, was that her name? The one who
Yes.
wore, like, was that a bed
So
sheet? What did she wear?
Yeah, so like it's so funny because with her, like, again, that's like a perfect example because with Doja, she just doesn't care.
Yeah.
So
which
she'll
is-
wear the looks, and she actually does not care what people think. So,
And then is that her boyfriend, that guy?
I think it was just somebody who that she was
Fashion guy.
representing for the Met Gala.
Oh,
So
okay.
she would like walk around. It was like promo for the Met Gala.
Yeah, but she's with a guy, right? Like she's with this white guy.
Yeah, I
Is
think
that
she
her
was walking.
boyfriend?
I don't
Or
know if
that's-
it's her
no.
boyfriend, but I know that they were doing promo for the Met Gala because he was a
okay.
designer.
Yeah. So I checked out his page.
Yeah.
Like his shit is cool. Like it's all baggy stuff.
Yeah.
Oversized, like
Yeah.
cool things.
Yeah.
But I'm like, where do you wear that to? Like you can't wear that to a party.
I mean, you can. It's just like you just have to be bold enough to wear it.
I mean, like you can wear that. If it's
Yeah,
like,
you can.
If it's Halloween.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
You can. You could wear those stuff,
I'll
but
wear it to a Halloween party.
Halloween, yeah, but like
Yeah.
with a regular party,
You
bro,
know?
come on.
Yeah.
It's kind of
But you know
kinda
what too? I think
overly bold.
No, you know what it is? I'm gonna take some sort of like accountability in the sense that maybe it's just the parties that I go to. Obviously, I shouldn't be wearing it. Like I got to go to a party where he's going to wear something like that.
But that's the
right?
better part of it though. Like I feel like if nobody's wearing it, that's when you
okay,
should.
yeah.
Like I think when I go to parties or like events, and I see the dress code and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna obviously follow the dress code, but I'm gonna make sure like I'm looked at.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna make sure you want to have a conversation.
Yeah,
Put it
yeah,
that way. So.
I gotta start thinking like that when I
Yeah.
put on shit.
Yeah.
Because that's
for
how I was
sure.
able to like get a lot of connects too. Because I'll look nice at a place, and because before I was like really shy to speak to people, so
Yeah.
I would wear the top hat, the dress pants, the this, to that, and then be like, "Oh, I like your outfit. Like, where are you from?" And then that's how the conversation started. So
smart.
sometimes when you like look really, really nice, it also opens doors.
Yeah, maybe I can just get a shirt that says "Come talk to me" or something.
Who do you think has better fashion sense? Kim K,
Mm-hmm.
Winnie Hollow.
You said Kim K or Winnie Harlow?
Yeah.
Winnie's killing it,
Kim
man.
K or Winnie Harlow. So
Yeah. Don't this Brampton. Malton's finest.
I'm not gonna diss no.
You know what I'm
So shout out to Winnie. Winnie
Shout
has
out
been
to Winnie, man. Big up to
Winnie has been eating it up. We see
She's
the
killing
magazines, all that. In terms of style, though, I'm gonna have to go.
Don't say.
This our own sister,
Nah,
bro.
I'm gonna have to go with Kim K still.
Jeez.
I'm gonna have to go with Kim K.
Winnie all day.
Winnie has
Yeah,
Winnie,
Winnie all
has
day.
great
Winnie
style.
all day.
No, Winnie
Winnie.
has great style. She does. She has amazing style. She has amazing style. I just
Bro,
feel like
I don't-
for me,
I-
like fashion wise, I think Kim K does it for me.
Nah, even as a man, I'll see her wear something. I'm like, yo, that's
Because like
sick.
the
And
reason,
then-
okay,
and
so let
the
me tell you why.
boldness of
So let me
her,
tell you.
right?
Let me tell you why. So Kim K. The reason why I like Kim K style is because like her
Simple.
stuff is very simple, but it makes a statement. And I think a lot of people like think that you need to be bold and wear chains and jewelry and all these things. And I feel like with Kim K, like she doesn't have to do that. Like she can just wear a simple
Yeah.
dress, Yeezys, glasses, and then like she just looks fire for me. I've always been like a fan of her style. I do feel like it died a little bit when Kanye kind of stepped out of the picture.
Yeah,
just a
yeah.
little bit. Just a little
Saying
bit.
he
I
had
feel
the influence.
Yes, I feel like he had the influence.
Yeah, he did.
Kanye definitely had the influence when it came like, cause at first like she was like, I was like, oh shit, this outfit, this outfit, this outfit. But I feel like ever since he kind of like left, she kind of like died down a bit. I think she
Yeah.
still looks great. I just feel like he had a better like influence.
Nah, I like when I see Winnie stuff that she.
But Winnie's
posts
lit,
and
though.
stuff,
Winnie's
like,
lit.
Winnie's been lit.
and she just looks like she's having so much fun in the outfit. So it makes
Yeah,
it
Winnie's
that
been lit.
much,
Yeah.
more
Yeah.
appealing to look at.
Yeah, Winnie's been
That's
lit.
why.
So
Yeah, she's definitely drippy with it.
Yeah.
But one thing about Kim K, like you just said, like when Kanye left, she kind of did down, but her brand Skims just went crazy because
Yes.
like,
So
that's like next level, like genius.
Skims is what the
It's
makeup.
like, no, Skims is like
it's like
the
a
underpants,
shapewear,
like
like whatever.
bras
Yeah.
and underpants. They even got Skim Men's now. I was trying to order it, but it's sold out.
Yeah, they have Skims Men still. They do. They got
sold out,
boxers.
bro.
What?
Don't
What
worry,
are you
I'm
gonna
get
wear
you-
it
I'm gonna
for?
get
Because
you
they're
Skim
lit.
Men's for your birthday.
The
boxers.
boxers are
They're
lit.
boxers.
They're boxers.
They're boxers.
They're just boxers.
Oh,
just
I thought
like
you were gonna get
regular-
like a tummy tuck skim or some shit.
No, they're boxers. The Skims boxers, and they have like long johns.
Well, what's the difference
Top.
between a regular boxer and this skim boxer?
They just
They're
fit
Skims.
better. They look better. You know.
Yeah.
they're just overly priced.
No, man.
very
No,
good
you gotta
marketing.
listen, there's like certain boxes that you wear, like obviously like outside, and then there's certain boxes that you have that are like lit.
You know
Like,
what I mean?
yeah,
Like,
the
special
Skims boxes are
days,
lit,
you
like-
put on the Skims.
Yeah,
like,
you put on that, you're like,
Yeah.
okay.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, it's Valentine's, you and your girl going to this nice whatever. And
Yeah.
then at the end of the day,
But
pop
they're
out
under
the
your
Skims.
pants.
Pop up with the Skims,
You know
like.
what I'm saying? Pop out with the Skims, like,
And after you pop out the skins, not before.
You gotta pop up with the Skims,
you
fam.
gotta pop out with the Skims, bro. I'm telling you, it's a game changer.
Facts.
Bro,
I'm gonna
Just-
show it to you. I'm gonna show it to you. You're gonna see it. You're gonna be like, okay, I can rock those. Because right now you're probably not visually like.
yeah, I'm trying to
getting
wrap
the
my head around it. All I could see, you know what I'm envisioning right now
What is
is
it?
like, you know those the ones that the tights that the girls wear, and then they're super tight, and then they pull them up, and then they go like this.
Oh no,
no,
no, no,
no,
no.
no,
They're
no.
they're
Covers
literally
everything?
they're
Bro,
literally boxers. I
boxes,
promise
bro.
you,
So,
they're
let me show you a picture.
they're
so
literally
that
just
way-
boxers.
I don't
Look.
want to see. What's the difference? That looks like a regular Reebok.
I know, but
Puma,
that's what I'm
I'm
trying to
telling
say.
you, but it's like it just
Spandex.
Listen, when you put it on, you'll see the difference.
Yeah, and only
You'll see the
$30 a
difference.
$30 a boxer.
Okay, we can't always do
$30
Hanes,
a
fam.
boxer?
Well, that's
We
a
can't
Skim.
we can't always do Hanes.
Hanes or
I don't have
Sometimes
Nikes.
it's Calvin Klein or Skims.
Yeah, I do Calvin Klein.
You gotta do you gotta do Calvin's or you gotta do
Calvin.
you gotta
I gotta Calvin.
I'm on the Reebok and whatever I see at the store. Like,
Yeah,
okay, I
like
need a new
Reebok.
Try
pair.
those, man.
How much is this one?
I'm a Calvin guy, so
Calvin,
Yeah,
Calvin.
I'm a
I feel
Calvin
like
guy for
Calvin
sure.
has the best like comfort.
yeah, comfort.
flexibility.
Same thing when you're dating somebody, you just
Pop out with the
Pop
pop
with
with the
Calvin.
CKs, bro.
Shit,
The
I
Calvin.
pop out with the skins, not the skims.
Come with the Skims. I'm weak. I'm weak.
That's another layer I have to take
I'm
off.
weak.
Like, come on, just
I'm
get
weak.
to it.